So I have a couple of things I want to try with the tumbler today. So yes, I've pretty much filled the tumbler with water to cover the media. Now usually we run it not quite dry, but with 20 litres of water an hour or something like that. But this time I'm trying submerging it in water, and the plan with that is that hopefully the cutting and deburring will be less aggressive. And fingers crossed, there'll be a different, nicer, or some other surface finish to the titanium tweezers, because I'm still doing testing, I'm tweaking and testing and tweaking and testing, and it's taking days and days. I've got the time, so it's no big deal. I just want to get it done right. I think there's a little bit too much water in there. Now that looks a bit better. What I'm going to do is put a couple of tweezers in and then just leave it for an hour or two. Go home, have some lunch. Now here's some exciting news. This is the instruction manual for the jet engine that I've ordered, the miniature jet engine. In case you've missed out on previous videos, I am making a jet-powered skateboard. It's taking a very long time though. Long story short, the jet engine arrived in New Zealand, it was the wrong one, it had to go back, they had to send the right one. It should be here in the next couple of days. These are the instructions that I downloaded and printed off. So this is the jet engine here, the K100G. Now the reason I'm looking up the plan is if you look here, these here are mounting holes. The reason I'm looking at these dimensions is so I can make a mount for it, attach it to the workbench or something like that, and basically get it up and running and test it and that kind of thing. I have never had a jet engine or anything like that before. So I want to make sure it's secure and solid because it creates a lot of thrust. 10 kilos of thrust, which is around about 22 pounds thereabouts. So it's quite a powerful little beast. So I need to make sure that it is held securely. So with this, I'm going to start figuring out how best to make the mount for this to get it up and running. Right, time to go back into the workshop to see how the tumbling is going on. That water is looking pretty milky, which means obviously there is grinding action going on, even though I've put loads of water and it kind of acts like a lubricant. Right, let's take a look at these tweezers. Okay, so that failed spectacularly. Okay, so that failed fantastically. What's meant to happen when I put this thing in here is this. So can you guess what went wrong? Well, nothing went wrong. What's happened is that because I put water in there, usually you don't really have water, it's just, the media is just wet. There's not enough friction on the media to push it up this slope like that. So what I have to do is wait for the tweezers to basically show themselves while the tumbler is tumbling, and when I eventually see them, grab. I absolutely lucked out in this. 10 seconds is all it took and they came up. You can literally be waiting there for, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever minutes, waiting for the object that you're looking for to roll up to the top. It can just sort of stay underneath and that kind of thing. Lucky. It's only been around an hour and a half in here. It's had a bit of an effect. It won't come up if I show you, it's just basically made the tweezers a little bit smoother. What I'm going to do is leave it for a few more hours and see how that goes. Just sitting in the boot of my car, chilling out. Actually, that's not quite true. What I'm actually doing is multitasking. Well, I say multitasking, but in actual fact, what I'm doing is relaxing, enjoying the view, but also getting some B-roll footage. So B-roll footage is basically the footage, the bits of film that I sort of splice in between, when I'm talking to you like this. For example, do you remember earlier in this video when you saw a scene roughly like this? There was boats and it was speeded up and it looked kind of cool with music and looked very cinematic and Spielberg. Well, the secret behind it is that. So I set up a tripod with another camera like this, but a bigger sort of zoom type lens. I don't really know much about lenses. And it just sits there for, I don't know, 3, 5, 10, 15 minutes. And I got my B-roll footage.